So today, Dottie Metcalf-Lindenburger is at the Cosmosphere, and she's helping with a school camp at the Cosmosphere. So a school has booked a camp at the Cosmosphere. They're spending the entire week here, and they're doing some really cool stuff, including tomorrow, they're going gliding.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Today, Dottie is going to go gliding and take you through the experience. A glider is basically like a normal small plane with no engine.
We take a 200-foot rope and we attach it to both planes. And when we pull some slack out of the rope, once the slack is out, we take off together. I put power to full, we roll down the runway together and we take off. We climbed up to 3,000 feet above ground today.
The glider can actually stay aloft for a really, really long time if the weather's perfect for it. So if there are enough what are called thermals, then the glider can ride those thermals up to higher and higher altitudes and actually go some pretty long distances. It's really windy today, not as much thermal activity, so this will just be an introductory flight for Dottie.
Ride your feet on it, or just
I'll let you, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and close the canopy. Okay, you ready?
I'm ready. So I've got everything off controls.
So plane, do you read the globe? Okay, go ahead and take up slack. Go, go, go. Get off the ground today.
No, the wind is pretty strong. Wow.
Yeah, I think there might be some lift today. We're feeling a lot of bumps. You see the tow plane flying. You know, we'll be flying along. You see him bob up all of a sudden.
Yes.
We hit it like right now, just like that.
Yeah.
That's a thermal.
Okay.
A thermal. You can tell it when he flies into it.
Once they release, they make a right turn, I make a left turn. Simple as that, come back on the ground. And usually we'd have a couple more gliders out here and we'd go again.
Okay, we're about to release altitude. If you want, go ahead and pull that little yellow knob down there.
Okay, I'm releasing.
There we go. And then you can retract the landing gear.
Okay. Gear coming up.
Pull it up. A little bit quieter.
There we go. Wow. That's so cool.
Now that's the sound that the variometer makes when you're not going up anymore.
It's like, oh, we're done.
Yeah. Well, that's Hutchinson over there. You can kind of see the airport on the east side of town.
Yes.
It's got the world's biggest.
The longest.
It used to be the biggest grain elevator in the world. I'm not sure it's still is near the airport.
Yeah, it's really long though.
You want to try your hand at flying it?
Sure.
We'll fly let's go about 50, about 45 is good here. Okay, you got the plane.
I've got the plane.
Okay, and you can just so if you want to like a turn to the right, just roll, using aileron and rudder together, roll into about a 30-degree bank.
Oh boy.
Let's go ahead and get a little aileron and rudder together. Roll into about 30 degrees.
A little bit, an opposite rudder.
Right rudder and, you push
right rudder and left.
And right aileron.
Oh, and right aileron.
Yeah,
okay.
that rolls like that.
Yeah, it sure does. Can I straighten it out?
Yeah, they'll just keep it right.
Okay.
So what you do is you roll in and then just hold it in that bank and it just turns itself.
Oh, it sure does.
And then when you want to roll out going west.
Okay, take a little left.
Just roll out like that.
Oh my goodness, that's beautiful.
You want to go left, you roll the other way.
Yeah. Wow. All right. I will straighten this out, I think, a little bit.
And the speed, you can control.
And then you just with pitch, yeah?
So if we wanted, we could slow it down, like we could do a stall. It doesn't do much of a stall. It just kind of about 40 knots or so.
Oh yeah, it starts to buff it. Oh wow.
And that's about it. That's about it.
That's kind of cool. And then you just pick it back up
Lower
and
the nose and it
pitch.
comes right out of it. It's not a very rough stall at all. Let's turn back around towards I'll keep the nose a little bit lower down, maybe
Okay.
about right there.
Okay. And there's the airport.
You see that little tuft of yarn up there?
Oh, yeah.
That's called the yaw string. You use that to help coordinate the rudder. Because it should.
Oh.
I'll show you. If I don't.
Okay, I'll let you take the
turn.
Yeah, I'll let you have the
It should be
controls.
right behind me. But if I skip the turn, see what it does? The yaw string goes way over like that. Or if I slip it like this, it goes the other way. Of course, that's not how you want to fly the plane.
No,
you want it to be cutting right through the air.
That's so cool. Oh yeah, and
what I'm trying to do is figure out where this thermal is. Usually you think of it as being like a column of rising air.
Yes.
And so we're wanting to try to find our way into the center of that column. And sometimes they're really narrow. If they are, we just make tighter turns. There we go. Kind of almost a respectable climb here, about 200 foot a minute. Now we're back to zero again.
So does that just happen because of like the difference of heating of these different fields?
It probably starts that way, and then it just they sort of have a life of their own.
Okay.
Because they'll move across the ground.
Yes, like when we see dust
When we get down low, a lot of times I get over all that concrete there. Up high, it's going to be really where they are.
Okay.
Now we're coming back into it again. There we go.
Oh, there's that little.
A little bit of lift there. I think,
maybe
we're in some sync, which means that it's going down more, but that probably means we're going to find lift on the other side.
Okay.
Right now, I'm just kind of feeling what the air is doing to us. So we're kind of getting back down into that convection layer that we were going through earlier.
Yes, yeah, you can kind of see it out.
There we go.
Oh yeah, you did
A little something there. Try turning to the right. I don't know if that's right or not. We'll find out. We'll see. It might have been better to turn left. It kind of looks like it might have been. Because I'm not getting much lift.
This is neat though.
I think this thermals are really tight. Okay, we are at about 1,500 feet. At 1,000 feet, we'll set up to enter the pattern, and we'll make a left downwind.
Okay.
We'll enter downwind right about where we're at now.
Dottie just landed.
Well, hi, I'm Dottie Metcalf-Lindenburger, retired NASA astronaut. I've been doing some soaring today. It was my first time ever. And there's a lot, of course, that is very similar to flying in the plane, but there's also differences. So first big difference, you have to get towed up into the air. And then once you get to a good altitude, then we were able to release our tow line. And we just started chasing thermals, and also I got to put in a little bit of hand controls and using the rudders, so the foot control combination. And that was wonderful. It's just really peaceful because you don't have any of the sound other than air movement. You don't have any engine sound that you're having to talk over. So it was really just a pleasurable flight. I always love being up and in a plane. I love looking out the window and just thinking about what's going on down below in that third dimension. And then as you come back in and come for the landing, it's great too.
That's awesome. This one's a little bit slower than your previous gliding experience.
Yeah. So I have had one other gliding experience, and that was the end of our shuttle landing on SES-131. We landed back at Kennedy Space Center, and we are a glider at that point. We don't have engines that relight, so the commander gets one chance at landing the vehicle. And it was a great perfect landing there at Kennedy Space Center.
The wing is lifting behind you
I
right
know,
now.
it's great on that bicycle.
Well, thank you, Dottie. We really appreciate you being here. We hope you'll come back a lot.
Absolutely.
If you'd like to book an experience like this for your class, go to cosmo.org/field-trips and book your class for an awesome school camp like this. Also, our summer camps include powered flights, so if you're interested in our summer camps, go to cosmocamps.org and get yourself registered today. 2025 registration is still open.